Alright, so let's trade the Betfair pre-race horse markets. I make these videos here to illustrate one key point. If you want to be a successful trader, you have to learn the basics. You have to understand why you're making mistakes. You have to understand why the markets are moving against you. And you have to start with small stakes. Because if you cannot trade profitably with £2 stakes or £10 stakes, you will never be able to trade with £50 stakes or £100 stakes. So if you're a beginner, you have to start small and you have to understand how and why the market moves, all right? So I trade live, so I do hum and haw, and I do miss certain opportunities because trading live and recording and talking to you is difficult, okay? But I do my best to try and illustrate to you why the market moves and how it moves, okay? So we'll jump in now and do some trading. All right, so here we are at Leicester. It's quite a large field. It's only the first few horses that are of interest. You can see the favourite has just started to drift and it's crossed the 3 mark. I'm going to jump on the backside of this. Oh, look at that, just missed it. So I was going to jump on the backside of this with anticipation it's going to come back down again past the 3 because it went on quite a drift there fairly quickly, and you know there's usually a bit of a kickback. But at this point I'll just exit this one here. I'm not going to bring it down, I'm not going to chase it. That kind of thing is just, you know, sod's law. I was just literally a fraction, a second too late. But there you have it. So yeah, as always, I trade live, so if I do hum and haw or make any mistakes, it's because I'm thinking and trying to talk and trade at the same time. But I'm doing this to show you that you do not need to use large stakes. It's in the beginning for you, it's all about just making the correct choices. How much money you make does not matter. So at this point here, you know, you can see the market's not really moving, is it? It's just they're completely flat here. So. And I'll wait until the 5-minute mark comes, because that around the 5-minute mark, that's when the market really picks up, and so I'll come back in a minute or so. So at this point here, I'm going to start backing the favourites here. I'm doing this because I've seen this, there was quite a lot of money came in there on the backside of the favourite, and so I'm going with my gut instinct here, which tells me that favourite is going to get backed in. And so what I'll do now is I will just put in a few positions here just to try and scalp off a few ticks to bring up my green, and I'll keep an eye on the second favourite here, because obviously these are going to bounce off each other because they are both 2 short price favourites. There's no other horses in contention here, so these 2 will bounce off each other. So what I'm doing is I'm keeping an eye on the second favourite in terms of the volume of cash coming in for it on the backside, because obviously I want the second favourite to drift, right? So we can see right now it's looking good so far, and I'm quite happy to. I'll just take that away. So at this point, I will just keep scalping this here because I can't see any. There's no money coming in for the second favourite. Just as I said that, there's quite a large amount of money coming in on the lace side, but you know it's just bounced up and down. Whoa, that was like a huge one. Look at that. That was like £12,000 came in and took out the whole position there. You know, when that happens, there's not a lot you can do, either or. It doesn't matter what side you're on. I'll just exit it there just to take that, because when that kind of money comes in, it can also bounce back up again just as quickly. Okay, so for me personally, whenever that happens, you know, you can see there's a humongous amount of money there come in. Took out like 15 ticks, whatever. When that comes in, I usually just exit, right? Especially if I'm in the green. Because yes, there is a good likelihood this is going to keep coming in, but when people do this, it can also go in the other way. So basically, at this point, if I was in the red at this point, I probably would still exit this position purely because this is the favourite and is more likely to come in price than it is to drift at this point. Whereas if it was on the lace side, I probably would wait a little bit to see if the price corrects itself. But again, that is something you have to do. You have to learn from that yourself, because obviously it does come down to what happens with the other horse. But when that kind of thing happens, just don't panic. Okay, I prefer to exit the trade purely because that amount of money puts the whole market out of whack, and you know, everybody panics. So it means that because of this emotional betting that's going on. It means that a lot of people are going to be exiting or backing it even more. So there is no rhyme or reason to what's going to happen next. But this is something you have to work out yourself while you're trading. But for now, I will basically just keep trading it a little bit more, see if I can get anything else out of this. But obviously, when that kind of money is floating around, it does make you quite nervous in many ways. But for now, I'll just see if I can scalp out a few more ticks of profit. But you can see there's not really much happening, is there? I mean, despite that amount of money coming in, the market, you can see, is completely flat, really. So I might just jump in here. I see, just too late again. Just too late. There is money coming in now for the favorite there, so I probably will jump on the lay side here and just scalp out a bit of lay action on the second favorite, because you can see there is definitely money coming in now for the favorite. So I'm quite happy to let this ride here. And also to back this up here, you can see if I look at they're lining up here, you can see this one here, the Clondo anchor. You can see he's quite far in the back as well, so he's probably not a front runner either. So I'm quite happy to lay this for now. But obviously now that the race is about to start, I probably should just try and exit this position here. I'll just jump in there and take that for now. And I'll just take that, and so they're lining up now, and you can see there that's a £1.89 profit. You know, obviously that's huge move. You know, it came in my favour, which is good. But ultimately, you know, this goes to show that if you're using small stakes, it's not about the money. Because if I was making £50 stakes here or £100 stakes, you know, the work out the maths there is quite easy to the potential profit here. But it's about reading the market and reacting to the market in the correct way. Because if you cannot make money with £10 stakes, you're never going to make money with £50 stakes or £100 stakes. So start from the basics, learn how the market moves, and then slowly but surely increase your stakes one day at a time or 1 week at a time, and just take things very, very slowly. All right. So now I'll jump on the next race here and see what I can do.